So I've actually been wanting to film this video for a few days now, but I just haven't gotten to it. I think I always want to plan out kind of like what I'm going to talk about, but I get in my head too much and I figure out I just should talk about what I feel like I should talk about. Anyway, I have 2 minutes and a half here on my SD card. I just noticed if I need more, I'll delete something, but I want to talk about how dangerous the devil can be. You know, in my situation, I've felt the devil creep in my life, or not even, I've felt him creep in, but I've felt him more just being in my life after he creeped in, if that makes sense. So I've not noticed him creepy in a lot of the times, which is the dangerous part, you know, and it can start off just by being kind of like let's have a smoke a day, let's have a drink a day, let's have, I don't know, let's go have sex with these random women or whatever it is. I think it can start very easily and very simple, something small like one drink, one joint, one kiss, or I don't know, like, well, that's not, a kiss isn't bad, like, you know what I'm saying, but I think it starts all very easily and progresses hard, and that's when you notice the devil has like fully entered your life and you've given him access, not just by doing it, but by accepting it, by knowing that there's something wrong with what you're doing, but allowing it anyway. I don't know, I think, don't get this the wrong way, I think the devil is someone who looks very beautiful and very appealing, and I think that's the issue, is that things that are beautiful aren't always good, and that's something very important to realize. I think a lot of the things that look beautiful to our physical world give us physical pleasure, but there's a difference in physical and spiritual pleasure, and there's your physical body will one day die, but your spiritual body or your spirit will forever be alive. You know, your soul will either be in heaven or hell, and you know, pleasure or in an abyss. And yeah, I think the devil really tries to hide himself and make himself be perceived as something beautiful. It's a dangerous world we live in. I mean, everyone knows that, but I think it's just setting priorities straight and not allowing these entrances to happen, even though I allow them to happen in my life. Like, well, let's just do one, or let's just go this one time. You know, there's always an excuse for something, but stop with the excuses. I would say, like, there's a very good analogy of this fence quote. I'll have to delete something and refilm this, or like film more, because I want to keep talking. But, or actually, I'll do it in a different video. That's all I want to talk about. The devil's dangerous. Don't let him creep into your life. It's a short video, but yeah. Alright, so I just filmed the video earlier. I don't know if I'm going to put this in the same video or separate them, but there's an analogy I really liked, and I heard it from Bryce Crawford. Don't know who came up with it. Basically, it's like this guy had a dream, and in his dream there was a fence in the middle of this huge field. And then there's two people on the side of each field, on each side of the fence. And on one side it was God, it was Jesus. And Jesus was there asking you to be with him, or asking the man to be with him. And on the other side it was the devil. And the devil was on the side saying, I can grant you everything you want. Anything that the Lord and Jesus won't give you, I can grant it to you. Anything that you want, not need, anything that you want. And the man starts to think about it. Do I want to go with Jesus, who I know is better? Or do I want to go with the devil, who I know will give me what I really want, what my physical body desires? And this smart guy decides to just... Okay, my camera just fell. Hold up. And this smart guy decides to just sit in the middle of the fence. Like, literally sits in the middle of the fence. And he says, why should I choose one of you when I can have both of you? And then out of nowhere, and he starts smiling, right? Out of nowhere, the devil sneaks in behind him, grabs his arm from the fence, pulls him down to his side, and says, what you didn't know is that the fence was mine. And that, in my opinion, is the definition of like lukewarm and being in a lifestyle where you try to balance the sins with the good. But it's not about balance. It's about not wanting to sin, not sinning. It's about not hurting Christ. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about. That's all I had left, like that analogy. You know, I don't really have a script for these videos. I'm just driving. I'm about to get some groceries, but I wanted to tell people because I felt like I've dealt with this and I've gone through relapses and just whatever, of like relapse of sin, where I allowed the devil to enter my life in a way I think that he wouldn't enter my life, but he comes in, right? And it's just an entrance, and you got to be very careful because this can happen in so many different shapes, ways, or forms. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. If you guys, Happy New Year. If you guys are looking to grow in your relationship with Christ in this New Year's, then I would recommend just doing the Bible in a year. Sorry, I'm getting distracted, but the Bible in a year is like this app. It's called the Ascension app. You get on your phone, and this father will take you every day reading some chapters from the Bible, so that by the end of the year, if you do it every single day, you'll have finished the Bible. It's really cool, and I've learned a lot from that, just from experience from Old Testament, from the New Testament. Just yeah, it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today, guys. So I'm just gonna keep on driving. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I.